Now you might be asking yourself, what is he doing? To some, it may look like I'm playing with dirt. It's actually that kinetic dirt stuff. I don't know if you've ever seen it in Outdoor World, but it's really fun. And someone gave it to my kids and I can't stop playing with it. I told my wife, as the kids say these days, it's so satisfying. And I'm starting to understand what that means. But I'm not playing with dirt. I'm actually investigating science. And for science this week, we're going to be talking about dirt. And the cool thing about this unit is that we've already talked quite a bit about dirt. We've shoved some shovels in the ground. We checked out different dirt all over Elmont to see those different layers. But what we have to do this week is we have to solve a problem. There's a school in Hanover County where their playground is disappearing. So here's what I know. The playground is a flat dirt field that is turning into a steep hill. And they gave us some clues to help us to solve the problem. They said the field disappears more after it rains. They said that there's a ditch at the bottom of the hill where the water flows and dirt is building up in the ditch. So your job for your science project this week is to answer these questions. And don't worry, I'm gonna explain a bunch of stuff after this. We're gonna come back to this, but I'm planting seeds in your big brains like I always do. So you can start thinking about how could we solve this problem as we read some more information about the soil. Why is the field disappearing? How is it impacting the kids at school? And the word impact might be new to you. What this really says is, how is this affecting the kids at school? Their flat dirt playground is turning into a steep hill. Do you think it would be fun to have a steep hill to play football on the playground at school? Would that be good for basketball? Would it be good for tag? Number 3, what steps can we take to stop it? How can we stop the dirt from disappearing? Next, what will happen to the school if it follows our plan? Because we're going to give them a really good plan on how to solve this problem. Question number 5 is, what will happen if the school does nothing? Meaning they look at our plan and they say, there's no problem. Let's just see what happens. And then number 6, you need to use these 4 words when writing your plan. The words are soil, conserve, topsoil, and erosion. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into our Phase 2 learning pack, into our soil unit. One of these days, my computer will actually be ready for me, but I guess I talk too much and it goes into power save mode. Soil. Now that you know how important plants or producers are in our food chains, you should probably know something more about the resource that supports and provides nutrients for plant growth. The important natural resource is soil. If you've ever dug a hole in the dirt before, you've probably noticed that the soil begins to change as you dig deeper. That's because soil has 3 major layers: topsoil, subsoil, and bedrock. Bedrock is the bottom layer of soil and is made up of very large chunks of rock. You won't find plants growing in this layer of soil. Subsoil can be found above the bedrock. This layer consists of smaller chunks of rock that used to be part of the bedrock. These rocks have been broken down by water underground. In this layer, you will find some deeper plant roots and animals will burrow into it to make homes. Subsoil isn't great for growing plants because it doesn't have a lot of nutrients. Above the subsoil, you will find topsoil. Topsoil is the layer with the most plant growth. The rocks in this layer have been broken down into very small pieces and mixed with humus. Humus is an important part of topsoil because it is where the topsoil gets much of its nutrients. Humus is dead plant and animal matter that gets broken down by decomposers, worms, so the nutrients can be returned to the soil. All right, let's move along. I'm not sure if that really helped me solve the problem that we're having with this playground, but it is giving me some information about the soil. But it was mentioning a lot of things about plants growing roots into it. I wonder if that has something to do with our problem. Big chunks of rock don't just exist deep underground. Sometimes large rocks aren't covered by subsoil and topsoil. This means the rock